Welcome to the 9th annual Cystic Fibrosis Walleye Tournament. This is the 9th year that we've done this. We didn't realize it was going to grow this large, this many years, but all the years that we've put this together, we should be approaching in that $70,000 to $80,000 range that we've sent in to cystic fibrosis for research.
So I'd like to tell you a little bit about my life with CF and growing up with cystic fibrosis. I was diagnosed at a month old, and at that time the life expectancy for someone with CF was about 18 years old. Today I'm happy to tell you that I'm 23 years old and doing well. And the current life expectancy is about 37 years old. But with your generous support and help, that continues to grow every single day and every single year, thanks to the new treatments and the innovative medicines that help keep me alive and keep me healthy. So thank you. I live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I graduated from Augustana College about a year ago with a music and French degree, and currently I'm working full-time at a Presbyterian church here in Sioux Falls as a music and worship director. As many of you know my father and his relationship with music, mine is very similar. When I graduated from Augie with music, I realized that music is what has kept me healthy and continues to keep me healthy. So I'm very appreciative of that. I have a wonderful husband named Mark and two dogs, Calvin and Cooper, who keep our lives very busy and very, very full. In the future, I'm hoping to return to graduate school and continue studying voice and hope to be singing opera in the short future. With that said, having any fatal disease such as leukemia, cancer, or anything like that, people understand the critical effects that it can play on your life and your future. Most people live their life thinking that they have 100 years in a lifespan to kind of figure out what they're going to do. You know, when I'm 18, I'm going to graduate high school, and then I'm going to go to college, and then, then I might get married and have a career for a while, and then have children, and then have grandchildren. I've kind of lived my life according to a different time schedule. I don't like to say that CF rules my life, but it's constantly on my mind. I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't think about the future, and I'm grateful for the life that I've lived so far and can only hope to continue to live many, many generous years. But I've had to prioritize a little differently, thinking about what's important to me and how much time I might have. When most people my age, that's probably the last thing on their mind is, how many more years do I have? What can I do in that amount of time? What's most important? How long am I going to be healthy? Right now I think that, if I have 20 more great years, that would be awesome. So Mark and I kind of live our life accordingly to that kind of plan, knowing that if I'm here, that's going to be awesome, but just like any of us, we can't bank on that tomorrow is going to be there. So hopefully in the next 2 years I'll be returning to graduate school and continuing my studies and continuing to follow my passion and my dream. Just because I lived my life with CF doesn't mean that I don't aspire to do things and don't believe that there's something greater that I can do for this world. So thank you again for supporting this great cause, and please know how much it has affected my life and continues to affect 30,000 individuals.
My daughter, in the last year, had a little bit of a bout with some blood that she was coughing up. They weren't sure where that was coming from. They did a bunch of tests. It's just another year down the road in her life that the reason we're here is to find a cure for cystic fibrosis. There's a lot of other people besides my daughter that are also in need to find a cure for this. And some are right here in our local area, Cass Lake, Bemidji, some are from the Grand Forks area, so they're all around us, we just don't see them that often. Our main goal is to help cystic fibrosis and the research to get a cure for this disease. I've talked to my daughter within the last month, And just for a point of information, just the medicine that she's on alone right now runs her about $6,000 per month. We do have insurance, however insurance doesn't cover everything. We had kind of an issue with insurance. Unless there's a generic form, insurance will not pay for it, so then you have to go through some doctors to try to find a generic form. One brand of pill that she's on does not have a generic form. They had to do a total change on her. It caused her some problems for about a month before her body would adjust to it again. So these are things that we hope with donations and the research that we can find a cure for this disease and get this thing out of the picture. We've lost one son to it, and don't want to lose a daughter to it.
I am passionate, energetic, healthy, living. I'm a musician. I'm an animal lover, a daughter, a wife. I am your friend. I am cystic fibrosis.